We are now down to the final and last mod left for this G82 M4, which leaves us with the Valvetronic valve controller. So if you don't know, with these cars, what ends up happening is with the stock valve, it only allows in sport mode for the valves to open the exhaust up 75%, 3/4 of the way. With the Valvetronic valve controller, it allows you to have that essential on and off switch with it, where it's just completely open or it's completely closed. So that would essentially be why you would want to install one of these. I would be kind of annoyed if I couldn't hear my exhaust's tone to its fullest potential, so I think this is a must buy as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and show you guys how to install this and what is needed. We're gonna knock out one of the sides so we can just explain it to you better for the other side, but overall what you do is you remove the actuator that's actually bolted up to there, and they include one right here that also works with with a remote control. And then this is the receiver. I'm just going to show you guys how to install this. So what you do to start it off is unscrew these 3 10mm bolts and then unplug this cord right here, and then you can remove the actuator and then replace it with the Valvetronic ones. So you essentially have to put this receiver in the trunk, and this is what allows basically the remote to work with it and control the valves. So you can click open or closed, and you want to put this in the trunk, and we're going to wire this all the way through. Sorry, they're testing something out. Now what we're doing is we're feeding, there's 2 cords actually, one black end and one green end. What Chris is doing, he's guiding the black wire in through the hole right there, and Evan's going to try and grab it as best as he can. So then what you do is you have this in the trunk, and then this connects to the receiver wirelessly, and you turn it on and off, and this is what actuates the actuator to open and close the valves. So basically what we want to do is guide the wire through this hole right here, and then it helps to have a buddy that can help grab the wire from underneath. It's really hard to show, but you should be able to see right through. In person though, it's going to be hard to show on camera. Just guide the wires down, and you're gonna. You can see there's this little groove right here. It's literally right through that groove. I'd say even if you don't have a mid pipe, or if you're just straight stock exhaust, I'd still recommend to buy this, because you really don't know how loud your stock exhaust is until you have fully open valves. So I think it's a neat mod. So we put the receiver in the trunk, and we guided the wire up inside to the trunk and pulled it down. Well, actually we started in the trunk and we pulled the wire down from this hole right here, plugged the valve, and then we're basically aligning it all now and putting it all together just to make sure. There's like a procedure here where you have to make sure both valves are exactly lined up with what this is saying. So like, say this is turned to where it would be if it was closed, you have to line it up so then it matches, and then you can put it on, and then it'll actuate the valve opening and closing the correct way. So you have 2 wires going up, and then I'll show you guys in a second how it looks like in the trunk, and then you connect them together. The remote is already connected to it, and I think Evan's gonna try it right now in a second to make sure it's lined up, and then
yeah, you can see it now.
If you look at that, see right there how it's spun? That's basically, I'm pretty sure, what is that? Which one's closed, which one's open? You can't tell. But you'll be able to tell once the car's running and it gets significantly louder and stuff. Now Chris is just pulling the wire up, and Evan's just tucking it up to make it look more neat and organized. There is a lighter in the trunk, which is how the receiver inside gets power. So if you guys are wondering how it gets power, that's essentially how it does. So like I was saying before, guys, here's the, I don't even know what to call this. Let's just call it the receiver. You connect the 2 cords right here, left and right. You guide them into the holes right here and here. And then, like I showed you from underneath, you just mount them up to the actuators, connect them. And then you can use this if you'd like, but they can hardwire it to the car too, which is probably what the owner wants for this car, so that's what they're gonna end up doing. But we're just gonna show you guys a simple way of how to power this up. And then that's essentially it. Now we're gonna go ahead and start it in a second for you guys so you can hear it. All right, now we're gonna show you how it sounds open and closed. Can you rev it? That is clearly significantly louder when it's open versus when it's closed. So it's nice. You have the convenience of it being closed so that it doesn't, you know, piss off your neighbors. And then you have the convenience of it opening up, and you can kick it and hear your car and not be driving an S-Class. essentially. Another really cool feature with this Valvetronic valve controller is that you can program the remote just like you would your garage opener to your home link. So we actually programmed it, the middle button, to do, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's opening and closing the valves. So it's a lot better than carrying this pretty heavy key or remote around. You could, if you want to keep it, just keep it in your door pocket or something, but it's really neat to have that. So that's pretty cool too. It's a neat feature and I like how hidden it is with that. So this is obviously, if you guys didn't watch the previous videos, this is a car with a MAD mid-pipe plus the valve controller from Valvetronic, which essentially equates to the sound you just heard. But anyway guys, that pretty much wraps up today's videos, or all the videos we've done this week with this G82 M4. To recap, we did the MAD mid-pipe, the MST intake, and then we also did the Valvetronic valve controller just now, and then we did the reflectors as well. So that pretty much was everything that we needed to do for this car. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and also comment down below what you want to see in the future, in the near future, for uploads. But anyway guys, that pretty much wraps up today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see you guys in the next one.